go. That's interesting. So, apparently the PS4 version, even if you play on the PS5 version of whatever, it's like, oh, does this, that, and the other. The crash of the PS5 to the PS4 version. The KX platform made, yeah, bad allocation. The PS5 is reporting, error reporting, and so it's only that's receiving the user update you shared them with. That's but sent it anyway. Yeah, hopefully they actually get fixed. Because I would love to be able to fucking. Because I would love to be able to fucking, like, play around with the add-ons and shit. But, I can't well do that if I can't, go from there. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, so, as always everyone, heyo, my fellow Rumble Maniacs. It's Mr. Rumble Roses here, and welcome to another installment of Elden Ring Night Rain. So, yes, I know I am late to streaming. I kind of woke up a little while ago because I say I was up for quite a bit at one point, but then like other times it was like when I got up, I mainly just like decided to use the bathroom, and then like just lay right back down on the bed. But yeah, I decided to do more Night Rain, which originally was supposed to be a Outlaws Remastered stream, but I've been kind of doing some stuff with Night Rain that I made some progress on, but other stuff not so much. So let me try and explain everything as much as I can. So last time I played Night Rain, I was trying to do the DLC stuff because I had basically done like a double stream. I had done double stream thing worth of the DLC because the first one was whenever I was dipping my toes into said DLC with my friend Alex, which we ended up kind of doing other stuff. We kind of just playing around with the characters more or less because we couldn't be able to figure out because we couldn't figure out in the whole situation with like the new map, aka Shifting Earth, and we couldn't be able to make progress because we kept dying around like the day one boss and what have you. So yeah, there was that. And then later on that day, I said I was going to be trying to do some stuff in the DLC with randoms. Now what I did was I played around as Iron Eye because Iron Eye is my main character that I like to play around with. And I decided to do the first boss of the DLC, which was the Balancers. And it was not easy, but I managed to get a nice little run where I actually managed to beat him with a couple of other random people that I queued up with. So off stream, I decided to actually just try and do some other stuff. I was like, you know what? I'm kind of thinking about like maybe doing the remembrances for the characters. So um, I did Undertaker's remembrance, which the majority of that, I say the majority of that I did on my own. Like I did like a little random solo expedition because I think like the second part of her quest is you having to go find Scholar. I think like in the new map or whatever, and you have to get a little something from him from him there. Basically, what I ended up doing was I went there, got the thing, and I pretty much just died. I think around like the day one boss, or day one boss. Um, and then the final little piece of resistance for for that whole the whole thing was I had to beat Hulster as Undertaker. Now that one I actually did in trios. I played with a couple of randoms. I think we did like a trio Undertaker thing, which was pretty fun. I enjoyed it. Um, and the thing about that was, um, and it was kind of a weird thing because like I didn't really know exactly how it was supposed to work. Because like the videos that I had seen, like it showed that it like okay. So basically, what happens is if you're trying to do Undertaker's final remembrance thing. Once you've beat Hilster the Night Lord, aka Night Aspect, if you have some slots freed in your inventory slot, you'll get, I believe, what is like a dismembered figure for some reason. I don't know why or how. But apparently, what happens is you go into the main building or whatever, and you drop it, and you hear Undertaker say, I think it's like, yes, I think this will do perfectly, or something like that. And then you get the regular ending. At least what I think is regular ending, because you offer a Night Lord rune, you go from there. And then I managed to get her remembrance attire, and I think like her final little remembrance relic. So so okay, well I got Undertaker stuff done, and then comes Scholar. So Scholar, unfortunately, is going to be one of those things where it's probably going to be Um, quite a momentous task, if you will, because apparently I have to beat the balancers as as him, and then I think like you have to interact with the small jobbers are another thing, and you have to like go to an area, you have to go to that little area that you would later be frozen in or whatever that you would that Undertaker would find you at, and then go from there. And then I think like afterwards you have to somehow beat. I think afterwards you have to like somehow beat the Dreadlord as Scholar. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm going to probably kind of put a rain check, a hold on that, if you will, because I wanted to try and see about somehow getting through getting through the DLC boss, um, as other people, like someone I'm familiar with. Now, I want to say this right now. Was getting very annoyed because um, I was kind of like learning the whole situation about like the DLC boss and everything. And the one thing I kind of and the one thing as far as like advice went that I've been kind of seeing was try to get the Rotted Woods Shifting Earth to appear. So that way you can be able to get the power of the scholar, of the power of the woods, and not have to really worry about Scarlet Rot on phase one. Because apparently, like I think, like no matter where you are on the map, if you don't have the power, you're gonna slowly but surely get Scarlet Rot build-up until you actually get Scarlet Rot. Now, apparently, another thing I've learned apparently was that in Phase 2, if you somehow had the power, the boss somehow, like, takes it away from you, which is pretty stupid, and it shouldn't be able to do that. But, like, apparently somehow, like, it takes the immunity thing away, and, you have to apparently, unfortunately, deal with Scarlet Rot on its second phase. Now, I shit you not, I tried to do a thing where it's like, I tried to fucking, like, conjure the Rotted Wood Shifting Earth on my end. Like, I actually used a little bit of my Summon Sigil currency, and I tried, like, queuing up for the Shifting Earth and going from there, because the one thing about it is that, and this is what I've been assuming is the case. I think like if you were to queue up against the Balancers or the Dreadlord, you get that new little Shifting Earth or new map, if you will, and the new map is very confusing to deal with because you have there's like a lot of places you can potentially fall in, and stuff like that, and you don't know exactly as to how things are going to be. So it's like maybe I could be able to. So I was like, maybe I could be able to do a thing where I could, somehow bring out the familiarity of a map and go from there. But I shit you not, every single time every single time that I try to queue up for the boss with the Shifting Earth in tow, people keep leaving. Like no fucking joke. Like people keep literally leaving, and it was so damn annoying. I really hated it. It's like I tried to have a map that that's familiar. Better places to go and things like that. Not have to worry about any like falling pits or whatever. And people keep leaving. And the majority of the reason I keep hearing people, and the majority of the reason I keep getting as to why people are leaving, is because of quote unquote bad spawns, like bad spawns or bad RNG or whatever. And I'm just like, can we at least fucking try? But unfortunately, to no avail. So yeah, it was like very annoying. Like I was up for hours on end trying to somehow do a thing of like, oh, maybe I can be able to like somehow get this Shifting Earth to pop. Maybe I might be able to like a decent run, maybe get decent levels and shit like that. But no, people keep leaving no matter like the situation. And it's often been around like day one too. Which is even more fucking annoying. So, I was like, you know what? I'm going to fucking, I'm gonna fucking try my luck. I'm gonna try my luck, just maybe, I was gonna, like, I was gonna just try my luck, maybe see about, like, if anyone, actually gets, does the whole thing on the like, normal map or whatever. So, yeah, so I feel like, I basically wasted my Summon Sigil stuff for nothing. Because, people for some fucking reason will not stay. And I was really talking about this with someone who I actually queued up with at one point. And they were like, hey, it's like, hey, it's a common thing, people leave. And I'm like, yeah, I'm like, yeah, people leave, and it should not be a fucking common thing. People should be able to fucking, learn how to be able to, to try it out, everything as best as possible, hopefully get that successful run. But no. So, I'm gonna just hope and pray that maybe, I can go get like, that we can go get like the normal, normal map, and not always the fucking, new map. Because at this point, the thing that the plan that I have in my head is more or less like I'm just wanting to, I'm wanting to kill the Dreadlord, by any random means. Like, any character and all that jazz. And then, I wanted to, I wanted to then, like, then work on, possibly work on, like, more of the, more of the, I get English, I swear. Basically, in a nutshell, like, I wanted to, like, try and beat, the DOC boss, in some sort of way. And then afterwards, I would work on possibly, like, go on the Scholar's Remembrances, stuff like that. And then, I'd be happy. Because, like, I want, because, like, I want to be able to try to do that before I thought about anything else. And hopefully get the relic, and, maybe, just maybe, kind of play around with that. Sorry, I kind of just adjusted my headset. But speaking of the new relic, give me a sec. Yeah, speaking of the new relic, I've been seeing, I saw this one little video on YouTube about someone apparently finding some sort of like new meta to play around with in terms of the new relic. And I think it was like mostly based around Deep of Night. Ow. But yeah, like I think it's mostly based around like Deep of Night, where you get like that one bad little passive, or that one little negation thing of the whole continuous HP loss. So apparently someone, I guess, like came up with this idea of having the HP, the continuous HP loss while using the Dreadlord boss relic. Because I think like if you get like damage or something like that, you get like the ability to have like your weapons or weapons, deal solid rock. Which I will say, like, I do think it's, it's pretty interesting. Like, I would like to actually, try and play around with that relic. Maybe have, like, some loadouts here and there, involving said relic, right? But for whatever reason, like I said, I can't build really, get a successful run, let alone having people that stay, to try and, deal with the boss. I'll take that for right now. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any great swords to pair up with. But yeah, one thing I have kind of noticed about like the one thing I've kind of noticed about some of the one thing I've noticed so far is when you get the normal when you get like the normal maps, but you know you go up against new bosses. I've noticed that you get like these new little these new little areas. I think like you know, like for example, I think it's like these new little areas, like these new areas that I want to say is kind of like some sort of like village or some you know some other shit or something like that. And it's definitely like bring you know it's definitely something you know to bear in mind. You know something you know, to look out for. Um, Another thing I kind of noticed was that I think that there's like these forge table thing or something like that. I don't know what the name of it is yet, but basically in a nutshell, like there's these there's these things in the game now. I guess like you know coming from the DLC, where you can build if you did everything right, then you can be able to somehow like possibly change the Ash of War on your weapon. I think that's sort of like a one-time site use per se. Like we think, oh, you know, it's like where it's like, oh, you know, you're gonna have like one new thing, but you know, it's often, but I think like it's often to be like a gamble. And but I have also seen in this, you know, one random video that I watched about it, to where apparently you can actually be able to, where you can actually be able to like say like you do that, you know, you change the Ash of War, right? Like say you know you change the Ash of War, you don't like it, but apparently you can actually somehow revert it back. Like you can revert like the previous Ash of War that you had on your weapon back, which I think is pretty cool. Ooh, corpse wax cutter. Yeah, it's holy too apparently, and I believe if I remember correctly, because because another thing I've been like kind of like trying to research is like the possible weaknesses and stuff for the new bosses. And even though like it doesn't really have like say like even though like, it doesn't really have like say you know like blah, blah, blah. I can speak, I swear. Even though it doesn't really have like the whole situation of you know like the other like all the other bosses where it's like oh like they're you know like the effective weaknesses like the weakness is like this, right? Like you don't see the thing on the screen. So apparently there are like some slight little exceptions where it's like oh you know if you have maybe this, you know you will have like a decent little chance. No, that's kidding me. Ow! I get the fuck. Hey! God damn it! Like I was trying to fucking get to the crit. I was trying to get to the fucking head, you know, do the crit. But I was, you know, I was fucking kind of stuck. Like I was getting stuck for whatever fucking reason, and then, you know, and then like my little passive ability or whatever pops off. It's like I was trying to fucking heal, but it wouldn't let me. that was cheating. Like, he had no health, and he somehow was able to hit me with a kick. But yeah, like I've been like watching like some videos and stuff here and there, and some of the things that I've been kind of like, some of the things I've been kind of hearing is that if at most you have like say like holy, maybe a little bit of fire, then you can have like the ability to to have like a slight effective strategy of dealing with the boss. So like there were times where I would try and so like there were times that I would try and do the thing with the boss, like where I would play as Iron Knight, and I would bring out my and I would like somehow bring out my my holy build. Other times, that like. So basically, like in a nutshell, one time I did try and bring out my Iron Eye using his holy loadout that I have. Another time that I tried, I did a thing with Wilder. Now, unfortunately, for whatever reason, I think like it was down to like me and I think it was like down to like me and a recluse because I think we had like a scholar who ended up leaving, which I think I asked them why, and apparently they had like some I guess like they had like a slight family emergency or something like that, which like it sucks to happen. It sucks that when it happens, and all that, but at least I found out that it wasn't like a like them rage quitting or some other stupid shit. But we managed to do decent. We managed to do like some decent stuff, and basically like in the first phase, we managed to do pretty decent and everything. We had like a little bit of a lucky. I want to say kind of like a lucky round ish, because we had because I somehow managed to get the drop. I think I had like the Carrion Regal Scepter, so I decided to give that to the Recluse because it's like because use that better than I could as my character, and yeah. Hey! I need to run away. I have absolutely no idea what this is because I have not seen. I've not really had any of the. That's cheating. That should have been a block. That should have been a block as well. Like none of these should be hitting. I'm literally moving and dodging. No. Out of here. Oh, wait a minute. Ow! Oh wait, nah. I think I'm remembering now. I guess I have actually. It's just I haven't. It's just one of those little like early like I haven't plotted long enough to know who does what. Why am I going this way? That was fucking cheating. None of that should have been hitting. He should not have been able to he should not have been able to fucking do that. Like he's not allowed to do that at all. I don't care what anyone says. You know, he should not be able to have that much that much of an ability to hit just like the clean fucking like lightning and shit. Like no, you're not allowed. You're not supposed to do that. No, no, you're not. You're not supposed to do that. You're cheating. And why did it not, like, fling me over there and then come to me? Not supposed to be hitting. Okay. Quit moving. I fucking hate when my controller stick does this for whatever reason. Alright, level 9. Oh, look at me. Yeah, I'm gonna go over here. Actually, I don't think I want that. I'll take raise physical attack. Yeah, I agree. Let's try and see if we can get to let's see if we can get to the crater. I mean, we can be able to beat the magma worm down there. Make one of our weapons legendary. I think I know what the raider was. I think I know what the raider was doing. Though. I think he was going to that church over there. Probably kind of wanted to as well, but like I don't know. I'm gonna get off this. I'll come here. Come on, get up, get up. Okay, I guess I could get the Starlight Shards. Get the Starlight Shards. And then, drop down. Right here. Ooh. Goblin. Oh, we got a Blasphemous Blade. I will fucking take that shit in a heartbeat. Because it's a great sword, I can be able to dual wield. I can be able to dual wield both of them. I can dual wield, I can have another great sword and all that shit. Stop. Oh, that should not have been a hit. Boys. Oh yeah, we should have, we got this. Because, yeah, because like once you get here and it's like, oh, and like, you know, Storm does, you know, Storm does its thing. We're pretty good. Okay, so yeah, so I think I have like a little idea of what I'm going to do. Like, I'm definitely going to be using the Blasphemous Blade as much as I can. Probably might use Gargoyle's Back Blade as well. Go. Actually, I'll do that for the successive attacks negate damage. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Okay. Now we have, you know, some nice little time here. Okay, I think we have it. I think we have some pretty good time. Still, it's just now finishing up, like, you know, this little part one of, it's like now, like, it's finishing up as part, you know, like, part one of Clothing and Dome Storm, so. Okay, we will take her, Divi Queen over here. Making that mouse, you know, like, up there. What's this? As best for the Iron Eye. Hey, Hooded. And yet, back at it again. I'll take it because it's less likely to be targeted. Yeah, originally I was gonna be doing some Outlaws Remastered, but because I was having some slight little issues with trying to beat the DLC's final boss, and everything, I decided, like, you know what, I'm just gonna just do some Night Rain for my Sunday stream, and hope and see if I get lucky. I sure hope so, because other times I can be trying, to do this whole thing. I have like people just randomly leaving because they feel like, oh, like I get like I got like a bad spawn placement or some bullshit. Cause yeah, I was talking about this around the start of my stream and everything, but on my downtime, I was trying to, like hopefully beat the final boss in the DLC, so that way I can focus on some of the other little things. But I kept having people leave, but the randoms I kept queuing with, like, it more or less ended up leaving because of stupid reasons, like, oh, and oh, we're wasting our time, or we got like a bat on our G spot, all that shit. It was just like, just. So. Where are you going, Raider? Oh wait, I think I know. Alright, man. Thank God for the Blasphemous Blade. With that, I can be able to get some health back with each enemy defeated. Lightning! Ow. Alright. We fought for the win. Okay. Thankfully it's a one and done boss. It would be so nice if we can actually be able to get this on our first try. Like, I don't care if it would end up being... Like I wouldn't really care in the... I would not literally care if it was like a short stream if I, if it meant if I was able to, if it meant like I was somehow able to, kill the final boss of the DLC with this. Okay, yeah, so we're all max level. shit, where is he? Alright. First phase, apparently. If this actually would go off, I would actually be very satisfied. And fade to blackness. Pure info fragments. This is the first time I've actually gotten this far. Let this be the run. Oh! Where's everybody? Ow! Okay, I don't know where the fuck the... God damn it. No! No! Please! No! No! I was trying to heal! Fuck. Damn it! Oh! Damn it. Ow. I don't like that one bit. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Nice! Please let that be the final part. Please let that be it. Yeah. Oh my god, dude. Oh, I feel like I'm about to cry. Oh, I feel like I'm about to cry. In a good way. In a good way. Oh. I want to see if I can mess with I want to see if I can mess with him. Holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. Damn. Can't mess with the Raider. Damn. I can't mess with any of them, but G fucking G, yo. Oh my god, dude. I think, well, that's for the ultimate. Huh. Yeah, that's something I think of Undertaker. Oh. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, I got so fucking I'm so lucky to have gotten that fucking Winding Grace. Like that literally saved the whole entire run. Ah, that literally saved the whole run.
Another substantial threat subdued.